Okay, so let me go over why I shorted over here at the highs, and seeing like a little sweep of these pre-market highs over here where all this consolidation was, me seeing that, and then the weakness here at the highs on the book map where you see a lot of buying all the time trying to break out, but then aggressive selling every time is pushing it down. Well, for me that was good enough confirmation. All right, so market just opened here. For today we're basically at this pivotal area of previous resistance that resisted like 3 times right over here, and yesterday we started breaking above that, but pre-market is kind of consolidating in it. So main thing today is going to be gauging how price reacts over here, if we want to break out above and start supporting there, or if we reject once again, because Nasdaq is way below that resistance and hasn't even taken out previous week high yet. That's what we'll be watching for today. Bank holiday in the US, so we gotta be careful and see how the volatility and the volume is of price today. But we gotta keep in mind that we're still at this area of resistance. Buying right now is a lower probability trade in my eyes, and as you can see, there's a lot of selling now coming in. If the volatility here was a little bit nicer and not so choppy, this would have been a nice short. Some interesting orders here at the 45s, 46s. This is some algorithmic stuff going on here. As you can see, it's jumping up and down. The offers, 45, 46 is some interesting activity here. Look at these orders. This is not a person that's doing this, and that's an algorithm. That was a nice equal high, or actually took out high day. Nasdaq took it out more significantly, stayed below VWAP. ES is rejecting a VWAP, made a nice P shape. So if we could maybe get pop it out towards like the 47s, 46s with weaker buying, I might try it. Alright, I like the trap buying here at the highs. And you see all this green here on the footprint. So let's see if they actually get trapped and aggressive selling wants to come in. So first target will be the low here, pre-market lows. That's where I'll take half off my trade. Now we need to break these lows though, as you see here on the book map, so I'm gonna have my risk here. Give it a little bit of room. I thought we were downtrending still. Let's see if these sellers reject. I need to break these lows here, the 43s. Once we do, I'll be having my risk. And I'll be looking to take half of my trade here at the low, the pre-market lows, if it goes there. But for now, we're rejecting VWAP. I like this trap buying here is at the highest. It's not able to break out. I like this P shape and then a retest of the highest volume part of the P shape. Rejection at VWAP. Nasdaq as well, staying under VWAP, rejecting quite hard. As I said as well, that higher time frame divergence. Alright, I'm gonna be having my risk here. That higher time frame divergence with Nasdaq not taking out any of last week's highs, and ES has yesterday. Up just a little bit over 1 hour right now. I wouldn't want this to come back to my entry, so I'm gonna go in with a third of my risk here, because this market can be very choppy and I wouldn't want it to come back to these highs now. I want to kind of see these buyers be in pain right now. My stop loss right now is at these highs, so I want this kind of, all these buyers here at the highs, I want them to be in pain. As you can see, a lot of offers here coming in, 200 lots, 130 lots here. Let's see if they keep rejecting price, because Nasdaq was selling off quite hard. But need to be mindful as well, if Nasdaq takes out pre-market lows, that's when I'll also be in. ES doesn't, for example, that's when I'll be looking to take half of my trade already. Just half risk here. Giving this a little bit of room, but I wouldn't want it to come here to the 47s. I want it to keep rejecting. I don't want it to see supporting here where market opens, because that was some significant selling here that dropped price originally. A lot of selling here at the highs as well. Wouldn't want to see that fail. And if we come up here to the 47s again, where my stop loss is, well, kind of almost sure that we'll hit my full stop loss as well, which was 48.50, and I don't want to see that happening. So I'll give it a little bit of room, but I want to see this reject here. Buyers are looking strong here. VWAP is at my stop loss basically. Might have been a too early risk off for me, where I have my risk. Might have been too early. Might need it. Let's see. I'm gonna give this trade a little bit of room. Let's not go too greedy, because it is a bank holiday. Volatility is a little bit lower. Let's keep it more positioned mindset. If I take a loss on this, completely fine. I halved my risk anyway. Like, this is 3 points, but it's half of my normal position size that I do. But as you can see, it's coming to the highs again. Let's see if VWAP rejects this again. But I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of fake outs here today, especially around this area. If we go and take out high day here and the Nasdaq is still all the way down there, that wouldn't be good. But I don't like how it's consolidating here, unless it's just absorbing more buyers here at the highs. So if we break below this below this point here, 41, then I'll definitely go fully break even. It is looking a little bit weaker though overall, but who am I to say what's gonna happen? Buyers really trying here at the 47s. You gotta see sellers step in now. Nasdaq's going down while ES is slowly grinding up. You gotta see Nasdaq really pull the market down here. I mean, it's also pretty obvious that ES taking out last week's highs yesterday, while Nasdaq shows more strength in ES. So I'm guessing the tech sector is a little bit weaker, but We need ES to follow Nasdaq right now and sell off. Alright, so this is a nice reaction of sellers here. Made another P shape, another rejection of VWAP. More buyers at the highs that are getting absorbed and getting trapped. So let's see a sweep of these pre-market lows here, but we gotta keep a close eye on Nasdaq as well, because as soon as Nasdaq gets that out, I'll be more careful on ES. I'm looking to take half off here. I'm gonna take half off here at 6 points and I'm break even now. So that's already 1 R in the bank. I took half off already, even though ES is not at pre-market lows yet. It's because Nasdaq has taken out pre-market lows, as you can see over here. And that can always give a reaction. So I'd rather go break even on that and take half of my trade. As you can see, it's giving a little reaction to the upside. So now there's nothing to do. My target is 23s, kind of just above that demand that I have from yesterday. And I don't really have anything other than that. I see kind of more weakness in Nasdaq, so if that can pull the market down, that would be ideal. But I will be looking, if we start going below pre-market lows, I might take another 2 contracts off and then leave 1 more contract here for the 23s. So there's a lot of selling coming in here in the market. I'm on the 15-minute chart right now. This is my target here, 23s, 22s. Just targeting that yesterday rally on top of these highs here. That's where I think price might give a reaction to the upside, if it comes down all the way here, obviously. But I'll be looking to take maybe another 2 contracts off. I'm still in with 3 contracts. I'll be looking to take 2 more off here at a low day break. But yeah, I want to see some weakness here in Nasdaq as well. Nasdaq's unfortunately at an area of kind of demand where yesterday's rally started, and also on top of pre-market highs from yesterday. So would need to see like a break of this to see ES also start selling off, because they're in different areas, these two. So just gotta wait and see. There's a lot of selling. Okay, so let me go over why I shorted over here at the highs. As you know, like I said in the pre-market, we have this key area of resistance that rejected once, twice, 3 times and gave massive sell-offs, right? And then yesterday we started rallying above it pretty hard, and we took out all of these highs, but we didn't really break above it. As you can see, as soon as we took out those highs, price started slowing down, and then today's pre-market was in this short term here, downtrending. Me seeing that and seeing like a little sweep of these pre-market highs over here where all this consolidation was. Me seeing that, and then the weakness here at the highs on the book map, where you see a lot of buying all the time trying to break out, but then aggressive selling every time is pushing it down. Well, for me that was good enough confirmation to get short. As soon as I saw this P shape over here, I was willing, if on this retrace here, on the footprint, on this retrace I saw trap buying, which is at 42, which was right over here. So this is what made the P shape right over here. A lot of trap buying at the highs, aggressive selling pushes it down. Then on that retrace there was just literally all green at the top of this footprint bar, and I saw that as trap buyers. And as soon as I saw aggressive selling come in, I got in right here at the 45.50s with a 3-point stop at the high right over here. And then price broke down. I was going to have my risk here, but I was like, this is too slow and not volatile enough, so I gotta go in with a more positioned mindset. So I kept my original stop here at 48.50, a 3-point stop, and yeah, that just literally came to the high stayed protected. More buyers got trapped. My stop loss was at a perfect place. Then aggressive selling came in again when all these buyers were trapped, and we broke that low, and that was good enough for me to then go break even, because I don't want my entry here at the 45.50s to get visited again. And as soon as we broke this low and Nasdaq took out pre-market lows, that was also a sign for me to take half of my trade to get some profits in my account, and that was literally a perfect exit. As you can see, that was the low of the day. So yeah, that was it. That's my full analysis for the day. There's some strong buying coming in here now, but I'm not interested in it anymore, especially not in the short. Took some profits, 1 hour for the day. Let's see if these highs reject again and make another P shape, because it looks like someone is just selling VWAP all the time. Took a high day on ES, but on Nasdaq we're still way below it. But now that Nasdaq took out pre-market lows, I'll be a little bit more cautious of getting in anything, especially in the short. So yeah, I hope that analysis was clear to you guys. It's just a quick trading day, 30 minutes. Overall, very clean analysis. It's just it was a little bit difficult to read here on the book map in the beginning, as it was not that volatile, but as soon as some aggressive selling came in, that I started to like it more and more. And yeah, I'm done for the day. I don't really want to look for more on a bank holiday here. I got my 1 hour, I tried it, and sellers were not strong enough to even break the pre-market lows. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. If you have any questions about this analysis or how I read order flow, let me know in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.